Hello friends. As some of you suggested, today we will check out an interesting instructive game between Viswanathan Anand and Magnus Carlsen, the two chess legends. This game is from their World Championship match in 2014. Earlier in the 2013 World Championship, Magnus had dominated. Anand had admitted that he was not at his best. So, in 2014, people didn't expect him to win the candidates tournament and challenge Carlsen for the World Championship. However, Anand showed great determination to win the candidates. Then he put up a much better fight in the World Championship than 2013. In this third round game, Anand has white pieces and opens with 1d4. Magnus replies with knight to f6. After c4, e6, we have knight to f3, anti-Nimzo Indian opening by Anand. Carlsen replied with d5. We have knight c3, bishop to e7, bishop to f4, castle, and e3 on the board. This way, Anand has developed his dark square bishop outside his pawn chain. After knight b d7, Anand grabs queenside space with c5. Carlsen's light square bishop is worse than as compared to Anand's light square bishop. We have c6, bishop to d3, b6, b4, a5, and a3. Carlsen challenges Anand's queenside pawns, but Anand reinforces and maintains his queenside space advantage. We have bishop to a6 by Carlsen, offering to exchange his bad bishop with Anand's good bishop. Anand accepts. After rook to a6, Anand plays b5 with a very sharp idea which we will see. Carlsen has to recapture the pawn c takes b5. Now Anand plays an excellent move c6, creating a passed pawn and attacking knight on d7. Carlsen correctly finds the only good move queen to c8. If c takes d7, then queen takes c3. So Anand pushes the pawn further, creating a strong pass pawn protected by bishop. Carlsen plays b4, attacking Anand's knight, and Anand goes knight to b5, adding another defender to the c7 pawn. We have a4 by Carlsen, not allowing Anand to play a4 himself to create monster knight on b5. Also, he plans to play rook to a5 and attack the knight. Here, Anand would like to place his knight or bishop on the important d6 square, controlling a lot of squares in Carlsen's territory. However, that will allow queen takes c7. So Anand prepares it with rook to c1 first. Carlsen stops the knight or bishop to d6 with knight to e4, controlling the d6 square. Anand finds a brilliant move here. Would you like to try? Anand plays knight to g5. He is persisting to deflect the black piece away from d6. And if black captures the knight with, say, bishop takes g5, then after bishop takes g5, knight takes g5, knight d6 is absolutely deadly. Queen is hit, and if queen moves, then white promotes the pass pawn and it is game over. So Magnus plays knight d to f6. After knight takes e4, knight takes e4, Anand kicks the knight with f3. Here, knight c3 is not good for black because after knight c3, knight takes c3, b takes c3, and rook takes c3, white is clearly better. Knight f6 allows bishop d6, and again white is better. So Magnus decides to counterattack with rook to a5. After f takes e4, rook takes b5, queen takes a4, rook to a5 and queen to c6. B takes a3. Black also gets a protected a3 pass pawn. However, white pass pawn is just one square away and black queen is much worse at blockading it than the white queen. After e takes d5, rook takes d5, queen takes b6, queen to d7. Queen to a6 would be an interesting move threatening to promote the pawn. If Magnus stops with rook to c8, then after rook b1 threatening rook b8, Magnus needs to play rook takes c7, giving up the exchange, and Anand would be winning. Anyway, Anand decides to castle instead. After rook c8, rook to c6, we have g5 by Carlsen, attacking the bishop and creating escape square for the king. Anand calmly retreats bishop to g3. Magnus plays bishop to b4, planning bishop to d2 and bishop takes e3 with check. However, Anand finds best reputation rook to a1. Now, if bishop to d2, then rook takes a3. Here, Magnus's pieces are very passive as compared to Anand's pieces, and there are not many active moves for Magnus. He goes for bishop to a5. After queen to a6, bishop takes c7. Anand pins Magnus's bishop with queen to c4. Three white pieces are attacking black bishop and there is no way to unpin it. Magnus tries e5. After bishop takes e5, rook takes e5, d takes e5, queen to e7, e6, king f8. Anand plays rook to c1, putting more pressure on the pinned bishop. Magnus resigns as there is no way to save the game. With this fantastic victory, the Tigers strike back and made the World Championship very exciting. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video where we will explore another brilliant instructive game.